because this one is up 13% today. And even the AI says there's no clear catalyst as to why there's a huge price increase on this one. But I want to analyze it anyways. We know that Figma, it recently IPO'd. And when it IPO'd over here, it IPO'd around, it looks like about $90, or let's say $85. And it shot up to as high as $140. And then it started just to sell away, sell below IPO, and just down. Now, recently, came down at around 50 and found some support off 50. And today, we have a bounce from the 50, which is where it's currently sitting now at $69, right? Up about almost 14% as the markets are open this morning. So if we look at the fundamentals, we can see that this is a $33 billion company, right? It looks like they do have some take home, about 91 million right there. In terms of like the revenue that they're pushing, it's about 893 million, right? We only have about 2 years of data, it seems. We could always dive into the S1, but in terms of like a valuation, this one's currently at a 38 times or 38x multiplier, right? This is what I'm looking at right here, in case you folks are wondering, right? Almost 38 times. And in terms of debt, doesn't seem like there's any debt or very low debt. It's a little bit too early to say, right? You only have so much data if you look at it, right? This is the daily chart. Every candle represents one day, and Figma IPO'd back in August. And, what do you do when there's not enough information, right? You can only draw so few lines. But again, this is not just only us, it's actually everyone else. Everyone else is dealing with limited information. And sometimes you will run into those situations in the markets, and you will have to find ways, creative ways to identify risk areas and points of target profit points and stuff like that. But anyways, this one is up quite a bit today. It looks like we just hit 14%. Maybe it could be a reversal with support at 50, with maybe a target at 85 where we IPO, but it's going to test a few levels of resistance that were acting as prior support. The next one that I see is probably currently right here, the $70 resistance. So let's see how we perform at $70. And